Garmin Instinct 3 is finally here. Let's check it out. Inside the box we get the watch itself. Also finally a Type-C charger. And a quick manual as well. On the front of it we actually get extremely crisp memory in pixel display, and this year also Garmin Instinct 3 comes with AMOLED version as well, which is slightly more expensive. And also this year on the Instinct 3 we actually get solar charging, however this is only available on this memory in pixel display. And this is what it looks like on my wrist, and I must say the new design of the Instinct 3 looks absolutely stunning. Also on this watch we actually get a completely brand new metal reinforced bezel, which actually looks really cool in this orange color. And also the display sharpness this year gets an improvement, so the display looks extremely crisp. And yeah, absolutely great upgrade actually. And also the strap on the Instinct 3 also this year is actually really nice, so it actually looks really premium. And I think it actually feels much better than on the Instinct 2. Also the finishing on the strap also actually appears better. The Instinct 2 straps had tendency to wear a lot, however I think this will actually be more durable long term. Also compared to the Instinct 2 we actually get super improved GPS on this watch as well, so we finally get multi-band GPS that is actually completely adaptive. So this can actually save a lot of battery for you if basically this watch detects that you are in very open field with very good GPS signal, so it will actually cut down on the GPS pings basically, and that actually like super basically improves the battery life. Also, for example, if you climb in some mountains where you maybe do not have the best GPS, it will actually adapt as well to use the GPS better, more aggressive, and again to get your best location basically. So you can expect to get much better GPS battery life on this watch compared to the previous Garmin watches actually. Also from my early testing I actually was very impressed with the overall GPS performance. So it actually locks on super fast, so I'm currently indoors near to a window. I'm not sure if it will lock on, but outdoors basically it took like maybe less than 2 seconds from cold start to pretty much lock on right away. So it's actually like crazy fast, and also the accuracy when I did some walks with the GPS also was surprisingly good. And as you see, it's actually able to lock onto the GPS also fairly fast, even if I'm indoors. When it comes to the heart rate sensor, the Instinct 3 actually gets the same heart rate sensor as the older Instinct 2 and the Phoenix 7 watch. So the Phoenix 8 watch actually gets a Generation 5 newest heart rate sensor. So why is Garmin Instinct 3 not getting that? I really have no idea. I guess Garmin wants to clear his old stock, so I do not think this is a good decision for this watch. When it comes to the performance of the heart rate sensor, however, I have some good news. From my early test, actually the heart rate sensor actually appears to be spot on. So for running or walking or anything else, at the moment I do not see any problems whatsoever with it. And also I actually had the previous Instinct 2 watch, which again uses the same sensor, and again generally the sensor performance was spot on that watch. So I know a lot of people are like bummed out about this, that it gets this older sensor, but again for 99% of the people this sensor is really sufficient enough, and actually I think it's better than on my Apple Watch as well. So it's very responsive, very fast. It tracks basically all the fine details very well, all the basically it's actually very responsive. So I'm not sure if maybe they have done some like software improvements in the sensor to improve it even better, but again I do not think anyone will actually have problems with the heart rate sensor on this watch. So, and generally it's solid. Of course it's not the latest and the best probably, but it's really absolutely great still. And easily the best thing about the Instinct 3 is actually the brand new flashlights that we actually get on this watch, and it's actually absolutely amazing. So if we double click this, we can turn it on and off. Also, we can adjust the brightness of it, so it actually gets super bright as well. So this is maximum brightness, and again, it's very handy when you are simply walking somewhere and need a light on your hand. Yeah, this easily is my favorite function of this watch actually. And this is the brightness of the flashlight when I'm simply walking around somewhere outside. So yeah, it's really just as good as maybe a phone flashlight. So yeah, you can definitely see everything very well, and it's actually like very wide in the beam. This is the brightness of it indoors. For example, if you need a light, maybe to climb stairs at night, I think this is absolutely awesome. So yeah, it's always on your hand, and it's there when you actually need it. So check the brightness. Man, it's so bright actually. And also the color quality also is actually like really decent. So it's not harsh. And also this is what the red light actually looks like. So still the brightness is actually fairly decent. And yeah, it actually illuminates everything very well as well. When it comes to other negatives, probably the biggest negative is that we actually do not get maps on the Instinct 3. So Garmin, what the hell, why are we actually not getting maps on this adventure watch? So the maps was probably the most requested feature for the Instinct 3. Garmin, what the hell is going on? Especially since you also released AMOLED version of this watch, which actually has really nice screen, and yeah, also it costs like almost like $500, so why we are not getting maps? Completely ridiculous in my opinion. However, the good news is we still actually get the backtrack function, so you can actually save your location and get yourself back out of a pickle if you get somewhere lost. So at least it has that, which is very useful, and I use this feature when I go to forest all the time, so it's actually very useful. But still, why no maps? Yeah, I can't really understand this. Also, one more negative about the AMOLED version. So the AMOLED version actually gets a really nice display. I personally like the memory in pixel displays. The AMOLED display also doesn't have a touchscreen, so none of these watches actually have a touchscreen. So why are they not including the touchscreen on the AMOLED version? Again, completely blows my mind. And when it comes to the health tracking feature, this watch also is absolutely loaded. So we get the body battery, step tracking, heart rate tracking with resting heart rate, also stress tracking, density minutes. You can also measure your VO2 max, pulse, oxygen. You can also detect your naps as well now, so it actually has very advanced sleep tracking. Also, it can obviously count your floors. It can even display your fitness age as well, HRV status, training readiness, training status, training load. As you see, it's totally loaded actually. Also, the battery life on the Instinct 3 definitely is one of its strong points. You can probably pause the video if you want to see. So this is for the solar version, which I have in this video here. And this is for the AMOLED version, so the AMOLED version definitely gets a bit less battery life. Also, what's cool, if you actually check the design of the watch, you can't really even tell that this even has a solar panel. So on the previous Instinct models, the solar panel basically was in some kind of weird like reddish tint, so it looked kind of weird, basically the solar version. But this, as you see, it actually looks modern, and again, you can't even tell that there is solar panel on this thing. Again, the screen quality, even with the solar panel, again, is super nice. Also, Garmin actually claims that the solar panel has been greatly improved on the Instinct 3 as well, so it's actually more efficient than on the past Instinct 2. And also what's cool, we can actually finally pay with this watch as well. So on the previous Instinct 2, only the solar version, the more expensive one, actually received this function. But all Instinct 3 models actually gets NFC now as well. So absolutely great. Okay, and also let me quickly show you how to operate this watch and what we actually get on this watch. So first, if we press the GPS button, we can start exercise. So you can choose from various exercise or also start navigation modes as well. You can use this button to go back. If you press and hold the GPS button, you can actually fetch your current GPS location as well, so the coordinates. If we hold this a bit, you can actually start a stopwatch and timer very fast as well. And again, use the back button to obviously go back. And if we press and hold the control button on the top here, you can get access to your quick menus such as wallet and various other things. If we double click this upper button, you can turn on your torch, and also double click it to turn it off If you want to change the brightness of the torch, again, double click it, and on this side, as you see, you have these adjustment levels for the torch, so you can increase or decrease the brightness, or we can go to this red mode as well. Absolutely cool. And also the watch actually remembers your previous choice for the flashlight, so if we turn on the flashlight, you see I have the red mode, as that was the last thing I actually used. Then we can use this menu button and this lower button to basically go through some of the menus quickly. So let me show you what we actually have here. For example, you can enter some of these by pressing the GPS button. As you see, you can see your body battery and stuff like that. And also we can edit this stuff if you want and add even more stuff by clicking this. You see what kind of stuff you can actually get. So let me actually scroll through everything. So yeah, it's actually very, very advanced. Okay. And yeah, you can also see your weather. You can see the weather date for the hours. Sunrise, sunset. And also obviously we can actually receive notifications on this watch as well. Then if we press and hold the menu button, we can get access to the settings. For example, we can change the watch face or history or more settings. And if we hold the ABC button for a couple of seconds, it will bring up the compass and other useful stuff. Also here I have another Garmin watch with memory in pixel display. You can compare just how actually nice the display on the Garmin Instinct 3 is. So it's so punchy, and again, it almost looks like I'm having backlight on, but I do not have backlight on. It just looks that nice. So even indoors, not the best visibility, the brightness and crispness, yeah, it's actually totally next level. The backlight brightness also is actually very nice on this watch. So if you want to use this at night, yeah, it's really good actually. Overall, is the Instinct 3 actually worth it, and should you actually get this watch? Well, definitely, yep. I think this is actually absolutely awesome watch. So the new design and style on this watch is absolutely awesome. So just look at the style and design of it. Man, it looks so cool actually. And the new flashlight, yeah, the flashlight is easily one of my favorite functions actually on this watch. And also the display quality is actually insanely nice on this watch, so you can clearly see that it's actually much better than on the Instinct 2. The build quality is absolutely amazing on this watch, and it actually feels and looks very premium as well. The flashlight of this watch is easily my favorite feature of it, and yeah, it's actually so nice, so bright, and also very wide as well, so perfect for walking somewhere. By the way, I got this watch with my own money, and no one's really asking me to say these things, and generally I think this is absolutely amazing watch. So I'll actually leave a link in description and comments to Amazon listing if you want to help this channel out. So yep, absolutely awesome watch. Good luck guys.